Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? Just to try to rewind. I was working on something and was starting to use the MacBook for the live stream, and I just remembered I get zero, just zero. I have zero right now, but eventually it grows more. But there's usually it stays at maybe 12 or 15, and I should have like 70 or 100 viewers. So I appreciate anyone who comes in. Now, we're talking about flat earthers versus globalists. Flat earth, let me be clear, let me state for the record, I'm a globalist. I'm a person that says the earth is round. It is not flat. Because you'd have to say the moon is flat. You'd have to say that other celestial bodies are flat. The sun is flat. Mars is flat. All the other planets are flat. And their respective moons, on whatever the case may be, whatever planet may have moons. It is a scientific fact, and it's not even about, they call it a fallacy. They call it a fallacy when they have, the notion that you say, okay, the government has lied before. True. That's a fact. That's reality. NASA is a body of the government, so they must have lied as well. That's a fallacy. There are more scientists, there's more brain power working for NASA than any other organization in the government. Probably, besides certain factors within the executive branches, and even they don't. But NASA happens to be a part of the government, the United States government, and they represent for thought, science, reason, rationality, all those things that the government really is against. So we have to give them credit for that, and they are not the ones that are lying. They have been telling the truth ever since its inception. I think it was in the mid 50s or late 50s, I think it was. And yeah, so you have to give them that much credit, because flat earthers are completely bonkers. I'm sorry, I have to say that they're insane. It's not even like a game. It's not even like I'm trying to insult them. I'm just trying to show you how wrong they are, and how deceived and self-deception they are. They have a complete idealism that the earth is actually on a flat plane, and that there's like a little dome over it for people to fly. But when you go outside of that dome, outside of that stratosphere, that wherever part of the atmosphere it is, what do you have? You have a glow. You have a marble. You have a blue marble floating around the sun, floating around in orbit. So the flat earthers are totally wrong, and it's like sad to see. It's like I see people that believe in God. It's the same thing, and this is the sad part. This is the saddest part. They want evidence. They want reality. They want facts. Same people that believe it, that Lot's wife turned to salt, and God commanded Moses to come down with 10 commandments, and Jesus hung on a post, and he excuse me, that Jesus hung on a post and then went to a cave as a dead body and came out as a live person. But they want facts and figures. These are the same people. And I remember talking to somebody in my family, and we were saying how, well, you believe in Jesus. I was positing. I was like, so you believe in Jesus, his resurrection, but you don't believe in this scientific fact. Well, she said, and I quote, that's not science, that's faith. And that's I couldn't say anything else, because that's the fact. They at least use most of their vocabulary is true. It's faith. It's belief. It's not reason. It's not rationality. It's all based on conjecture, based on fallacies, based on anything that is against reality. So that's all I'm arguing for. I'm arguing for the flat earthers. And and what they believe and why. It says Michael Marshall, project director of the Good Thinking Society in the UK, talks about flat Earth belief and its relationship to conspiracy theories and other anti-scientific activities. It's very scary. These are the same people that want to, educate our children. They want to be in high positions in offices and government. They want to be conductors of massive multi-billion-dollar firms. That's how scary it is. But it's real. It's real. You have to acknowledge it. And I watched this YouTube video, and that's usually frowned upon. It's like, oh, you just watched a YouTube video. Well, I had to watch the YouTube video, and it was very nuanced. It was very subtle. And it didn't, end in a shouting match. It didn't end in a fight of blows, fisticuffs. It was just, three people against other three people and their ideas. That's all it was. It was just an exchange of ideas. It was pretty thoughtfully crafted. It was like they would go into under these lights, and there would be a question underneath and say, what do you think about, the idea of the I'm gonna look for it. It's on the moon measure. It's the it's some kind of it's a special kind of tool that's on the moon that measures the distance between the moon and the Earth. That's what the whole point is. It measures the moon distance from the Earth. And they just ask like various questions, and they'll say like, did you think you can change your mind based on what has already happened? And that one person or three people or two people or come over to other chairs and sit down, and then they'll talk about their background and whatever happened and their reasoning for coming over to the chairs. All right, we got one person in here. Ryder Clark, are you talking about your pick again for driver's license here? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, my friend. And if you want me to answer that question, it's $5. V-Dog, hi V-Dogs, what's up? Are you flat earthers? Who's a flat earther in here? Who's a flat earther? T2, like him but can't tell that type of clip-on. It's not a clip-on. It's really not. It's totally tied. Not a clip-on. Which I don't really disregard people who do clip-ons. If you want to do a clip-on, you got a clip-on. You bought it, you can wear it. Why not? The tie and hat came together in the past. No, they came separately, but that's different. But who's the flat earther in here? Who's got the cojones? Who's got the spine, the backbone to say, you know what? I believe that the earth is flat. Who can say that? Who can say that? V-Dog seems to be trolling. Everybody seems to be on the troll today, but I don't care because I got your view. So I appreciate your viewership. But I'm serious. If you're a flat earther, just say you are. Not me. I am all science. Okay, good to go. That's good for you. If you are a flat earther, I respect you. I just don't like you. No, it's not even a like thing. It's just that I just reject your position. I respect your position, but I reject your position. If that's it all, that all makes sense. That's what we have to fight for in our specific way of being. We have to show that we are of sound mind and sound reason and sound morality. They all go hand in hand. They all go together. To know that is to recognize that flat Earth is completely wrong. It's completely not. It's almost laughable. It's almost laughable how people that believe in flat Earth and believe like Candace Owens, crazy batshit ass. Oh my God, she is just awful. She made me curse. But she's not a flat earther. She's not a round earther. She believes that science is a pagan faith. Like, this is like a rallying call for the Republican Party and the right. This is like they call it the party is stupid. Well, she's a part of that category. She's not one of the few people like Liz Cheney and even Mitt Romney to an extent. You know, he had and Paul Ryan. I mean, to an extent, they had. So, that's the basis for right there. But I thought it was engrossing. I thought it was very informative. The scientists gave their way, and the flat earthers were very cogent, very persuasive. They didn't persuade, but they had they had different elements that they tried to bring about. You know, it was like hitting a tennis ball really hard and across the field, and then going out of bounds. You know, it's like they couldn't hit it right on the surface where it would count for a point, or count for what's it called? Is it a volley in tennis? It's still called volley. I'm not sure, but they couldn't really figure it out. They couldn't understand the mechanics and dynamics of what it meant to be a globalist, which is the only proper way to be. That is the only proper way to function, to be as someone who recognizes that everything is round. Everything is round. All of this is round. The whole planet, the whole Earth, whole planet of Earth, and the moon are both round, and so are the other celestial bodies in the solar system. Like you can't. I mean, how could you deny that? How could you say in your mind for real, like you're sincere, like you're serious, that you have the ability to say the Earth is flat? Yeah. Then there's no space travel. There's no space travel if the Earth is flat. There's really no aerospace travel. There's no aircraft or spacecraft flying. I mean, they showed the differences. They showed one model that had like the flat Earth, the Earth like with all the countries and everything like that, and the oceans and everything, and then they had like a dome over it. I guess that's where you fly. And then they had a globe, which is what we really are, a globe. I think, who is it that found that out? I don't know who. I think it was, I got my notes here. Who? I'm looking at my notes. Many ancient Greek scientists, philosophers, and mathematicians observed the Earth is round as early as 600 BC. They used calculations based on the Earth's physical properties such as shadows, the sun's rise and fall, and lunar eclipses. Would you think about that? For example, during a lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadow on the moon is clearly round as it moves across the moon. Aristotle, one of the greatest, if not the greatest philosopher of all time, said one of the first to what was said about him. One of the first to propose a spherical Earth based on physical evidence. He believed the sphere was the most perfect shape. Now, there have been questions. Okay, we got 13. It's a party. It's a party. I got you. Thank you for tuning in. Remind myself to always use my mobile device. The mobile device picks up people. I don't know why. My MacBook is like piddling. It's got a few people on here. Maybe it's the title. Now it's back down to 5, but we were at 13 for a little bit. We were having a party. But yeah. So Aristotle and among other Greek philosophers and scientists came up with the fact that, no kidding, the Earth is round. But like astrophysicists haven't completely agreed with those scientists and physicists, because the Earth isn't necessarily spherical. It's more like it's less like a soccer ball or a basketball or a volleyball, and more like a football. Get that? That blew my mind when I saw that. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said that. It's more like a football. It's still round. It's round, but at the poles, it kind of tapers off, and it's round at the center, round at the middle, but then it kind of tapers off at the ends, kind of like a football. Let me see this. T2 says, my late grandmother was kind of like that. She didn't believe men went to the moon. How they hey, that was her. She was from a different era. Okay, I like that hat. The tie I changed to a different color. Okay, blue. Okay, I'm just wearing it because it's beautiful to me. It represents my high school. That's the last highest education I ever received, and got a diploma for. So that's what I represent: black and gold, gold and black. And that's part of my uniform. I go by uniforms like Wes Anderson movies. My favorite director. I think most of, or if not all of his films, I think his live films especially, have had characters with uniforms on. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, understood. Yeah, but who else who is a flat earther in here? Somebody's got to be a flat earther. Somebody's got to believe in the fact that the earth is flat, and that where are the Kyrie Irvings in my chat? Where are they? Anybody camping out, ready to say, well, I have the facts and the statistics and the figures to show you that the earth is really flat, sir. And if you don't believe that, then you're just ridiculous. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to say that, because it's just the opposite. It's just the opposite. And I wouldn't really disagree. I'm not going to discount you. I'm going to disagree with you, but I'm not going to disrespect you, because at least you have some kind of interest in scientific matters, whether it be false or true or not, wherever the case may be. That's what I respect about people. I have to respect the fact that people believe in Jesus. I reject it completely, but I have to respect it. I can't, because I can't go inside their brain and be like, all right, we got to change all this shit around. We got to throw away all this God shit, this Jesus shit. It's got to go. It can't be around anymore. Because I used to believe in Jesus. What's it going on? It was 17 years ago. 17 years ago, I stopped believing in Jesus. So it's possible for you to not believe in the Lord your God because of an awakening that I had with Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism. And within objectivism, there is science, not faith. Faith and science are incompatible, but people want to be like them. Like my science teacher, my physics teacher, he went to church. He believed in God. He believed in the scrolls and the scriptures. He believed in all that. He's a physicist. He's a physicist. He's a teacher of physics. He has degrees in science. Come on, but he believed in God. He believed in God. He believed in Jesus, and the holy alliance of the Word of God and the Bible and reality and truth in Jesus and science. Yeah, that's a good line. Thank you very much. I'm just so focused on, because I messed up. I knew I messed up because I messed up on the MacBook. I knew I wouldn't get as much traction, and I got it anyway. But thank you to Rick James, and I have to say this to everybody: Happy 4th of July, my favorite holiday. Because without the 4th of July, there are no other holidays in the United States. You can have Christmas in England. You can have Halloween in Ireland. I think they have different versions and variations. Or definitely in the Latin American countries. You have Halloween and stuff like that. But Easter, I think, is in Germany and stuff like that. But 4th of July is there's only one 4th of July. We are the only ones to celebrate 4th of July and Thanksgiving. But there's other Thanksgivings and there's other Independence Days, but only 4th of July is the one that really counts. So thank you, Rick James, for reminding me. And salute to you. Salute to Keith. Keith is back on his girlfriend's computer. The earth is triangular shape. Okay, now you're trolling, Keith. T2 says, we don't want to admit this in no afterlife. Okay? That I think it's fair. I think that's fair. People don't want to admit it. They don't want to say there's no afterlife because they can't stop it. All your concepts stop when you die. It is anti-concept, it is anti-reason, and it is anti-life, obviously. It is anti-mind. That's death. But that's the thing with I don't use it that much. I used it 15 years ago with a Marine when I said what letter becomes before A, and his eyes were like what was like just shot up like saucers, and I was like A is A. That was like the last time I said A is A, like 15 years ago. I don't really say A is A too much, but I say it only when it comes to it. We got Rob 3000-ish. Damn, I hate not catching this from the beginning. I appreciate that, Rob. If you want to drop, $5, $10, I appreciate it. If you want, my Cash App is SKYLERSAUNDERS1. My Venmo is at SKYLERIZED. And my PayPal is paypal.me/SKYLERSAUNDERS. So I appreciate it. We have a party going on right now. This is crazy. This is good. Keith, where are you? What's going on? You switched from the Harambe account to the Nixon Keith account. And it's like, what, 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that? 3 o'clock? Hold on. Japan time. 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3:34. 3:34 in the morning. He's watching my dumb ass. I appreciate that. I sincerely do. I can't. You just have to follow my words. $SKYLERSAUNDERS1. That's my Cash App. I can't drop it. That's the only problem with not being able to drop it on the phone. I haven't figured that out. Maybe there is a way to do it, but from what I understand, you can't. Maybe I can do this. Start a poll. I'm going to say, I'm going to look this up right now. All right, so there it goes. I had to start a poll. Cash App contribution. Can you read that? Skylar Saunders. I meant to capitalize the Skylar Saunders, but you guys know what I mean. It's a party in here. We got 14 people. Not mad. All right, get the hell out of here. Yeah. No, not the E. Look at the E. SKYLERSAUNDERS. It's not Skylar Sanders. Can you flat earthers prove that the earth is flat? Very good question, Keith. Very good question. That's what I'm asking all day. And again, I'm happy to live in a country that I served. I was sworn to protect and serve the Constitution of the United States. This is one of my favorite holidays besides Veterans Day because everything is half off or cheap or free, and that's awesome. Okay, T2 says, both my great-grandparents were Mormons and tried to preach in Cape Cod. Is there a Cape Cod in South Africa? Really? Okay. I think you meant Cape Town. And it just automatically wrote that for you. They made money in real estate. My grandfather denounced them because they prayed instead of medical help. Yep. Mormons and the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, and also the Christian Science. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate that $5. Now it's down to $155 for the goal. $155 left for the goal. Every day it's $160. I appreciate that live chat. That super chat. Well, it's not really super chat. It's a Cash App. Thanks for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Thank you. And everybody's off today. I think that's the reason why. I catch them, during their break, and they're looking at their phone while they're, at their desk or something like that, and watching my dumb ass. So I appreciate all of you. I honestly do. Thank you for that. And we live in a country that the rights are eroding all day, every day, all day, but we still have them. As long as we have this freedom of speech thing, we're all right. If I'm able to do this, then it's gonna be okay. We got to split. Cash app contribution, yes. 57%, no. 43%. I'm feeling it though. I love that. I love that. That's cool. Now, if it would just go away, how do you make it go away? Oh my God. Okay, good. Yeah, Cape Town. Yeah, I told you. I knew it was. I was like, is there a Cape Cod? I was like, man, they probably messed him up. That wasn't his fault. But yeah, they let their son die of appendicitis instead of calling doctor. Yep, that's what we were dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. That's the sad, sick, disgusting truth of faith. And like I said before, where does it end? Why are there still people with cars and planes and trains and boats and buttons? The Amish people don't do buttons, and they certainly don't do anything like that. They certainly don't drive. They have the horse and buggy with the little orange, little triangle at the back to let them know, don't go too forward on them. You crash into them. But yeah, so that's the reality of it all. That's the truth. That's the facts. That is the facts. So that's definitely the truth. Okay, what is this? Jehovah's Witnesses too. Yeah. So we got Jehovah's Witnesses, Church of Latter-day Saints, or the Mormons, the Amish, and the Christian Scientists. And I have more emphasis on Christian rather than scientists. You kill me with that hat. Well, yeah, I gotta kill you then, assistant. This isn't your first time watching it, so you're killing me without your donation. You see the poll. You see the poll, Cash App contribution. I should have been doing this since the jump. Yes. Keith speaks truth. Religion or faith. I like to say faith because I talk to people in my family. They're like, well, I mean, faith and religion are the same thing to me. But they say like religion is like getting up, putting your clothes on, having breakfast. That's a routine that you do that religiously. So they don't say that, but they say faith. Oh well, yeah, I have faith. Okay, so I use the word faith in order to not be batted down off of a technicality, But yeah, so I say faith, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying when you say religion, and that's what goes on with these flat earthers. They can be atheists, they can be religionists, or there I go, the faithful. They can be anything, but you have to be rational. You have to think to know that, and it's not too much thinking. You don't have to think too hard to know that the world and the earth is round. You don't have to think too hard. You have to think, though. Oh, no, killing it with the hat. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying, like, oh, you're killing me. Well, you said kill it. Okay. Oh, okay. See, that's why it's weird. I always think it's, like, the negative for me. I always take the negative, and I'm ready on the offense, That's just the hate. That's just the hater in me. I'm a hater. So, let me see the poll. The poll might have changed. Let's see. Yep. 50-50. 50-50. Half of y'all are going to contribute to Scholar Saunders 1 on Cash App. Half of y'all aren't. Reverend Ike. Yes. Yeah. Keith. You're keeping it rolling. You're keeping it rolling, sir. Reverend Ike was the ultimate, idealism of exactly what faith is. It's all about the Skrilla. It's all about the dollars. That's why any church you go into, anywhere on this planet, they're gonna have some kind of offering. They have some kind of giving. I love their words. Their words are hilarious. Like they're kingdom builders. Like, oh God, I'm a kingdom builder. I use my money for the building of the kingdom. Like, okay, all right. Like, you have to take them at their word for it. You're like, you know what? And then, of course, they had their offering. We had a speaker today, not a speaker. They probably won't use the word speaker. We had a word today, and we're excited that he spoke or that she spoke. So if you could just take a little from your wallets and your purses and give into the Lord. It's really the Lord's money. It's not even the person who brought the word today. It's not even their money. It's the Lord's money. Reverend Jones, Jim Jones. Okay, that's different. That's a different Reverend. He was not about that Skrilla necessarily. He wasn't about that Skrilla for destruction. Reverend Ike at least wanted Rolls Royces and shiny rings and stuff like that. Jim Jones wanted to see death and destruction. The hat is cool. That's why I clicked. Think this would be blue look cooler. I disagree with you. I think the gold is the best. God and Jesus need money. LOL. Yeah, that's the late great George Carlin said that. He said God is all right. He just can't handle money. He just can't. He made the earth and the stars and the moon and everything like that, but just can't hold on to a dollar. And he needs money. I was paraphrasing right there. He didn't say all of that, but. And spiritualism, religion are the biggest mental illnesses. That's what I was corrected. They're not really mental illnesses. They're close. They're very close, but they're not illnesses. They're not psychiatric. They're psychological, but they're not psychiatric. Do you understand the difference between that? Psychiatric is more like, you look at neuroses, you look at psychoses, and you understand it that way. But with psychology, that's just the study of mental, processes and mental ideations and different things like that. T2, okay. Haha. Dwayne Rowland says Nixon Keith. I always want to say Nixon Keith. Just Keith. Keith, 10%. Yeah, tithes. Pay your tithes. Pay your tithes, parishioners. For you're not building up your riches on earth, you're building up in heaven. And what is heaven? Is heaven round? Is heaven flat? Those are the questions they should be asking themselves, since they believe in God and Jesus. Is heaven round? Is heaven flat? So it's a flat heaven. That's the next thing that we should cover. Flat heaven theory. Is heaven flat? If they want to say that there's a flat earth, they gotta say there's a flat heaven. They believe that Jesus is gonna come down on a cloud. Like, this is just, and it's like serious. It's let me say this right. Compartmentalization. I always mess that word up. Please forgive me for my terrible diction. But they compartmentalize. Compartmentalization. There it is. Compartmentalization is like the hallmark of somebody that has faith. That is their go-to. That is their number one. That is how they have to deal with reality. That's how they have to deal with life on earth, the round earth, the globalist earth. 10% used to be the norm. Now it's 10% or 10 is the norm. Okay. I figured out there is no heaven because I realized no smartphones there. We go crazy without smartphones. That was my proof. That was pretty good, T2. I like that. I like that a lot. That was pretty good. That was good. But let me see. Let me go back to the poll. Did it change at all? 45% say yes. Cash App contribution. 55% say no. All right, let's see. What in the Billie Jean doing on here? Who is this? Kiari? Did I say that right? Kiari? Or is it Kyrie? Please let me know if I don't want to mess up your name. I want to make sure I get your name right. Kiari? It's kind of a cool name. I just want to make sure I sound it out correctly. Don't want to disrespect you on that level. But yeah, so it was pretty enlightening. I liked it. They didn't dissolve into fist fights. They didn't spit at each other. They didn't slap each other. It was one woman and what was it? 5 guys. Pause. Don't think any sicker than that. No Diddy. But it was one woman, 5 guys, and they sat on opposite sides of each other and they just talked. They just said a few words and then they would be split up again. And another questioner would say, "Well, what do you think about flat Earth on other planets?" Like, I'm just making this up, but then they would sit back down and say, "Well, I learned through research the fact that there's really no such thing as the globalist idealism." So. You know about the Roman Flavian dynasty? Let me see the Roman Flavian dynasty. I'm learning on my own show. The Roman Flavian dynasty, lasting from 69 to 96 after death, AD 69 to 96, was the second dynastic line of emperors to rule the Roman Empire following the Julio-Claudians, encompassing the reigns of Vespasian and his 2 sons, Titus and Domitian. Okay, so what do you want me to say about that? Beyond that, what do you want me to say? I didn't know about that prior to you saying it. Religion selling hope of heaven was living on submission to man. Shaking my head. Yeah. Those are the facts. That's the reality. That's the sad, grim, sick reality that we live in. Okay, assistant. Yes, they made Christianity. Okay, I believe that. It was because Jesus died, right? He allegedly died between 33 and 36. I don't know what you say. Do you say BC or AD behind it? I think it's AD. Yes, 80. He died 6 to 4 BC or 30 to 33 AD. So, but I heard from Minister Farrakhan that Jesus died when he was 36. Think about that. Think about that for a little while. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Jesus isn't real, LOL. I mean, he maybe was real, but what does it matter? It doesn't really make a difference whether he was, invented or if he was an actual man. All of his ideas, virtually, are inconsistent and irrational and completely are heinous, evil. What's up, Samaritans? Tablets in the book of Gilgamesh. Let's go to the poll. There you can find my Cash App address. It's Cash App contribution. It's at 42% yes, 58% no. And I got one donation. I appreciate it. $5. That's all I'm asking. And he can ask as many questions as he wants. Who was it? Who was it that who did that? Just chime in and say, yeah, I did the Cash App. Whoever you are, you can ask as many questions as you like, and I will not It was Rob 33,000ish. It was you, me. Ask as many questions as you like, sir. Ask away. This is your opportunity to ask as many questions as you like. Ask whatever you want. I got you, Rob. I got you, Rob. Ask as many questions as you like. You send in Skrilla. You send in that dollar amount. I'm gonna answer every question you got. Anybody else that wants to ask questions, feel free. But no, they're not gonna get answered until you send in about $5. Hook up with the Venmo too. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do something. That was the Cash App contribution. Skylar Saunders won. All right, here we go. I'm putting it in now. Just give me a moment. I'm putting it in right now. Just bear with me. I'm putting it in. And what the hell are you doing, Keith? It's July 4th. Are you still in here? It's July 4th. What's it like in Japan? I know there's military bases from the United States over there. They're probably celebrating. Can you have fireworks in Japan? Is that outlawed? I know Japan's pretty strict on some things. That's why they have low crime. I'm just trying to find it right now. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me one moment. Oh, this is a pain in the ass. Oh my God. Looking for it right now. Give me a moment. We'll talk about flat earth in just a moment. Okay, I ran out of letters. Hold on. All right, my Venmo is going to be available right now. That's my Venmo. Hold on. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? I just caught myself. Yeah, it's not July 4th anymore. What'd you do yesterday? That's a good point. Keith, that's a good point. What'd you do on the 4th when it was yeah, the time zone? That's a good point. What'd you do yesterday? Did you go out to see anybody? My Venmo poll is up, you guys. At Venmo. Hit me up on Venmo. Was your hat expensive? I don't remember. I think it was a gift. Yeah. Time zone difference, yeah. So what'd you do yesterday, Keith? You gambled. You gambled? Rob says, I missed the beginning of the show. Can you summarize or recap it in 60 seconds? Yes. I try to do it in less than 60 seconds. The whole show, I'm speaking about flat earthers and globalists and people of that nature. You know, how Candace Owens, batshit crazy ass, she's not a round earther or a flat earther. She's just a person that sees science as a pagan faith. She's completely detached from reality. She has no business being in any kind of hall or speaking engagement or anything like that, but I'm sure she gets millions of dollars, or if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, for her to speak in certain locations, or at least tens of thousands of dollars. But she should have no way of speaking. But I would not silence her. You know, she should be able to have this crazy, disgusting, disturbing opinion. But that was my case. These about this YouTube video I watched about these flat earthers and these scientists going toe to toe with what they were saying, and it was pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Are you afraid to admit? Jeff asks, without a donation, are you afraid to admit this? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about, but that's fine. But if you put $5 on that question mark, I'll be able to give you some money. I'm going to give you some money. No, all money in. I'll be able to give you an answer. I don't know why it says happening now. That's weird. But happening now is my poll. Who's got the poll? Who's at the polls? 20 versus 80. Do you see the Venmo at Scholarized, though? That's my Venmo. Check that out for a little bit. Venmo is at SKYLERIZED. It's in the poll. If you want to get your question answered and have unlimited questions answered, make sure you hit me up with Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. I have to check that Candace podcast out. Yeah, I ain't even checking the podcast. I'm gonna look for that when she said I said to him, listen, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a round earther. Actually, what I am is I'm somebody who left the cult of science. The cult of science. Oh, my God. I've left the mega church of science because what I have now realized is that science, what it is actually, if you think about it, is a pagan faith. These are what children are going to listen to one day. Young people coming up in the world. They're going to have, a Candace Owens Day or something like that, possibly. It'd be sad and disturbing and disgusting and horrific. But there could be a Candace Owens Day one day. It's not impossible. Because she has influence. She has her own show. Why I left this religion calls science a religion. That's the greatest irony and oxymoron ever. Science is the assertion of reality. Faith is the divorce from reality. It literally means you have to have faith. That's what it literally means. You have to have a understanding that is not really understanding. You have to have a truth that isn't really truth. That's what religion and faith is. I say religion, but I really mean faith. That's why it's so slippery. It's very slippery because you'll hear people in my family say, "Oh, well, I'm not religious." Okay, so you're not religious. You have faith. That's not any better. Doesn't make you even make it a difference what you phrase it as. That's semantics. Oh, Jeff, you might as well engage in my question. You ain't got no audience. Really? Have you noticed that I went up to 11 likes and I had at least 14 people in here at one time? I ain't got no audience? Are you sure about that, sir? 9 people are in here right now. No one's going to pay for your opinion, so give them out for free. How about I've got paid over $1,000 for my opinion? I'm going to just let that hang right there for you. I can show you receipts about how much people have received. The numbers I've received. Salute to you, Mr. Rip Van Winkle. Happy 4th to you. Yes, happy 4th. Salute to you. Thank you for your service, he says. Thank you for your support. 9 people. Okay, yeah, so 9 people right now, but there were over 14 people at one point, and it adds up over time. I don't do the peekaboo stuff, Mr. Van Winkle. I don't do too much of that. I don't do that at all, actually. Ooh, 1,000. You're black, rich, aren't you? Okay. Wow, a whole 1,000 happening. Yeah, but can you make $1,000 online without paying any taxes on one site, and then make another over $1,000 on another site and not pay any taxes on it? Can you do that? I bet you can't. Try that. I got receipts on that too. I got receipts on that too. No, I've never paid a tax online. Never. Never. And I'm not saying that to be cool. I'm just saying that as a fact. Because there are obviously people that I admire and respect that have paid their taxes for online work they've done. Haha, see, no one takes you seriously right now. Okay, so don't take me seriously. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff is coming in as a subjective hater, as an irrationalist. I appreciate you. On the 4th of July, my favorite holiday, I needed somebody to hate. Thank you for your hatred. You're only giving me a better sense of myself. I appreciate it. Thank you for your hatred. But you're here, by the way, Jeff. So why don't you get the hell out of here? You can stay here for as long as you want, but why are you hanging around? Jerry Steven, very smart, admitting that you didn't pay tax in video. Well, it is very smart, because I didn't have to pay any taxes. It's very smart. None of it was over $600 at one given time. And if it was in a personal account, not a business account. So very smart. I'm just a dumb, stupid community college dropout, though. Right. I'm not smart at all. No, I'm a stupid I'm a dumb community college dropout. That's what I am. She's crazy. Science to her seems to be equal to the magic and mysticism and faith that is in her belief system. Facts, Rob. I salute you. Rob he's the MVP of the day. See, I have 11 people in here right now, Jeff. So what are you going to do about that? ST, oy vey, shut it down. Yeah, I got about 7 minutes, and then I'll be shutting it down. And then he says, it's okay, it's funny to watch a caricature talk nonsense. Thank you. You're nitrogen. You're nuclear, components. You're just fueling me. You're fossil fuel. You're oil. You're natural gas. You keep feeding me. Thank you. I need to hate. I need hate. Keith says pink cocaine. I've got time today. Yes. Jerry Stevenson, I actually admire your outlook on things. I appreciate that, Jerry. Thank you. But I appreciate Jeff too. I need haters. Who doesn't need haters? You need haters in your life to motivate you and make sure you're on your dean. Because people, oh, you do so well. It's so good. Oh my God, you're great. That is scary to me. I don't need that, because I have to say, am I great? Am I good? Then I have to say, like, oh, well, I have to do something. Then it's the end of me, because you're going to say, well, I have to be even better than that and better than that, and have to top myself. And with hate, you're just saying, hey, look, please hate on me. I need that hatred. I need that in my life. 13 likes, by the way. Take a breath and talk slower so you don't trip over your words. Good point. I do talk fast. Jerry Stevens says, I was a hater at first, but after listening to you, it's kind of hard to heat. I think you mean hate. Well, I go by Mr. Chorstar Terrain's definition of hate. It's the total belief in oneself with the full understanding of man's true nature. That's objective hate. That's the definition. That's it. Clearly. That's objective hate. We all rock with you, Scholar. That's why we're here, my guy. I appreciate you. Well, tell that to Jeff. Tell that to Jeff. Jeff is obviously a hater. So I appreciate him. I need Jeff. He's not the guy that says, hey, you're doing a good job. That's what I don't need. I don't need anybody to say I'm doing a good job. Like, if you've seen the movie Whiplash, you know what I'm talking about. Somebody that says you're doing a good job, you can be doing, you don't play too well, you don't play too awful, but you don't really do anything brilliant. And then, that's what happened to Charlie Parker, allegedly. He had a cymbal thrown at his head because he wasn't playing the notes as well. So that's happening, in that case. All right, nobody's giving me Venmo, so I'm going to shut this down. Check out my Venmo, @Scholarized. Facts. Everyone have a nice and safe holiday. You know what, Keith? Salute to you for saying have a safe holiday. It's the next day for you. I appreciate it. And you still didn't tell me oh yeah, you said you gambled. You gambled. That's a pastime, I guess, in Japan too. But salute to you, Keith. Seriously, sir. I appreciate you. Happy 420. That's not my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday is July 4th. July 4th is a great holiday. Excellent holiday. None of this stands without July 4th. In American sense, the robust, economic power that it is and has been for the past 200 years or so, 150 years, something like that, 120 years. So, but back to the flat Earth, the flat earthers, and the globalists. They spoke with conviction. They spoke with honesty. The flat earthers, of course, were wrong, but the globalists respected their position. So I like that. I enjoyed that. So you beg for money. Oh, here we go. You know who else begs for money? Joe Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, Clinton. Can I go any further back for you? They beg for money all the time. Why don't you go on them? So you beg for money for answers, to answer questions, but yet you have no audience. Again, I'll tell you how much of an audience I have after this video goes off. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service as well, sir. Thank you for your service, as a civilian, putting up your taxes. I appreciate it. I lost my ass. I lost Woo! How much is 5,000 yen? Good God. What is 5,000? Whoa, 5,000 yen to USD. What is that? Oh, you lost $31. Come on, nigga. Don't play like Japanese yen is a whole lot of money. That's $31. What were you on the apps or something? Yes, they do, but you're not any one of them, which shows you not savvy to make real money. But I already have. So what's your point? 31 bucks, nigga, please. Yeah. Talking about he lost his ass. What are you talking about? Is it? For me, it's a lot of money. Oh my God. V-Dog, phone. I don't even know what that means, but all right. But I'm about to quit while I'm ahead. I don't want to go any further. This is a great show. This show went into the 12 and the 14s. I got 14 likes. I'm feeling it. Make sure you guys tell other people about me. Tell 5 people about me, but don't tell 6 people about me. Just let them wonder, who's that goofy nigga with the gold tie and the black shirt and the black hat? What's up with him? What's his problem? Let them know about me. 5 people, but not 6 people. As subscribers, and tell them to subscribe. I would appreciate it. That's almost half a tank of gas. 15 likes, yeah. It looks like 14 on my side. You broke your phone. What are we doing today? Oh, Batu, you coming in real late, sir. It's mighty late. I'm about to get the hell out of here. Enjoy some cookout. So, salute to everybody that came here, especially Jeff. I needed a hater. Somebody that was hating. And thank you, Rob, for your contribution. That really warms me. I take that sincerely. I don't play around with that. That warms my mind, not my heart. But I thank you very much, and I appreciate everyone that came through, and I'll see you. Enjoy your 4th of July, your Independence Day. You've earned it as an American who paid taxes. It was not because you pay taxes, but because the fact that you don't want to, you avoid jail service and penalties and things of that nature, and that you want to enjoy the fact that you're free to speak and do things that you wish to do. Thank you very much. Take care. 7.